Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Davina and today I'm going to be talking about a little topic. The topic I'm talking about that I'm referring to is celibacy. So this topic can kind of be taboo. Like, some people approve of it nowadays. Some people still are, have their little ways about it, don't think that it works, or that it's not for them, and that's fine. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, but I have been doing this and it has been working for me. So I wanted to share some tips for people that has decided to make the decision to be celibate for whatever reason. I made the decision for my values with God, to honor God, and also to wait for my future husband. I want to just be giving everything to some random guy or whatever. I want to wait for my husband, and I also want to honor God with my whole heart and soul, like everything. I love God and I want to honor him. I want to show him that I could do right by him and that he can trust me. I just want to do it for those two things, to honor God and for my future husband. So you could be celibate for any reason, because you just want to wait on the right guy. And you may not be a Christian, you might just be doing it just to be doing it, for those reasons, whatever. It's different reasons to become celibate. You don't only have to do it for religious reasons or whatever. It's great to be celibate. But yeah, let me get into it. I'm all rambling. So yeah, I have been celibate for the past 2 years. I had decided to be celibate I think a year before that, and it didn't go well. I ended up messing up. I got engaged, messed up, and I had to start all over. So it's been 2 years since then. The last time I've been in a relationship since then was a year ago. So I have been celibate for a year while being completely single. Of course, I'm still single because I'm not married, but completely single. And then the other year before that, I was dating somebody for less than a year. It wasn't that long, but I was practicing celibacy in that relationship. So I have experience with being celibate in a relationship and out of a relationship, and both ways it's pretty hard. It's not as easy. Like, it's different things that I have done to make it more easy for me, that doesn't put too much pressure on me. And I'm going to share some of those tips that I have done and that I believe helps to keep you in check or whatever. So I'm going to share some of those tips with you today to stay celibate, and maybe this will help you decide to become celibate if you're thinking about it. So if you're interested in these tips, then stay tuned. Tip number 1 is refraining from sexual conversation. So what I would describe as sexual conversation is engaging in anything sexual, like and this could be with a guy, or if you're a guy, a girl that you're interested in, anybody that you're interested in, and you're talking about sexual things. Or even sometimes you could be having this conversation with even like a friend or somebody that you're close to. Like, you don't want to go too deep into sexual convos. So I'm just going to go into like talking about sexual convo with somebody that you're interested in. You're talking to someone or you're dating them, and you guys are just going back and forth saying, hey, can you show me this? Can you send me a picture of that? I want to do this to you. That's not good. It's just going to build up that feeling inside of you, and it's going to make you want to have sex, and then you might fall and have sex. So the best thing for you to do, in my opinion, and what has helped me, is to not talk about sexual graphic things. Now, I'm not saying don't bring up the topic of sex, because you might want to tell this person that you're celibate and see how their views are about celibacy and things with marriage or whatever. It's not like you can't say anything related to sex, but graphic things related to sex, you want to stay away from those things that will get you caught up and get you something that will push you back into fornication, having sex outside of marriage, or having sex at this moment in your life. If you want to be committed to celibacy, you want to take it back when it comes to the sexual conversation, because it could get you back to where you were. So number 2 is to avoid sexual images, pornography. And for Christians out there that may be watching this, pornography is not good for us anyway, because it's a lot into it. It's other videos of people talking about why pornography is not good for us to watch, and you can find the videos on YouTube. If I find one that I really like, I'll leave it in the info bar or something. But yeah, you want to stay away from pornography, because pornography is very graphic. You see everything up there you already know if you've seen it before. If you haven't, pornography is very graphic. You want to stay away from that, because that's not doing you any good. Yeah, that just makes you want to have sex even more. But for most people, seeing pornography, I know some people during celibacy they could masturbate, but yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing anything sexual, not even with myself. So none of that stuff. I'm trying to stay pure within myself. So yeah, it's, when it comes to that, that has to be your prerogative when it comes to that. But I believe that you should stay away from pornography. Another point when it comes to avoiding sexual images is to don't send naked pictures out, or don't receive naked photos. So if you're talking to someone, they might send you something like a sext, like you were sexting, or send you a naked photo. You will have to, it's best to talk to the person and say, hey, you can't send me this, or don't do that, because I'm trying to guard my heart. I'm trying to do this. I don't want to see, you know, I'm staying away from that kind of stuff. And you might have to bring it up with them if they're not going to respect your boundaries, or if they don't have the same principles or the same morals as you at this point in your life. And even memes, like memes that you see on Facebook and Instagram, sometimes I might have people that I'm still following or something, because they're like somebody that I grew up with, like a family member or something, and they might post something sexual, and I don't want to, some people say unfollow them or whatever, but it's kind of hard because you don't want them to get offended and think that you're unfollowing them because of something else. So sometimes I do run into those memes that's like a graphic picture of a sexual image or something, and I have to just scroll right past it. Nope, don't double check, don't scroll past it and then look back up. Keep on going and just mind your business and just pray. And if they're always posting something sexual or negative or graphic or anything that you're trying to guard your heart against, then you may have to unfollow them. If you're going to unfollow them and you're pretty close to them, maybe you just tell them, you know, some things that you post I can't see, and I know you might not want to stop posting that, so I'm just going to have to unfollow you. I still have you in my phone, my contacts, whatever. Just do what you have to do. If you feel like they're doing it too much and it's just too much of a weakness for you, even if you don't feel like it's a weakness to you, they doing it too much, you might have to unfollow them. And another point for avoiding sexual images is sex scenes. Now for me, this could be like different from people. Some people may be able to withstand a little bit of romantic scene in a movie or whatever, but for me, I even made the decision to not even watch sex scenes when a movie or a show come on. Like, it may be a little kids, I might, you know, be okay with watching it, but if they're going to be touching each other, especially if they're going to be naked, I'm going to have to turn it. You know, I cut off a lot of different shows and movies because it has sex scenes, and if it's a really good movie, I'm watching it for the first time, my sister is laughing in the background and I'm watching it for the first time, I might turn it, long as it doesn't do, like, it's not a movie all about sex. If it's just a regular movie, they might have a little sex scene and I feel like I can't watch it, I'll turn it and then turn it back on when the part comes on, finish watching it, because it might be like a good drama movie or something like that. But yeah, some things I just had to cut off completely, like the show Power. That was my show. I love Power, but I decided, I didn't even tell anybody that I decided to do this, but I just decided within myself that I wasn't going to watch that show anymore, because it had, mostly every episode had sex in it, and I know I didn't want to think about sex. I just don't want to think about that, you know, think about sexual images. So I decided to not watch it anymore because it had too much in it. They had a lot of other good parts in it that didn't have sex, but most of it did have it. And plus, it was not the best kind of show anyway, you know, because it deals with a whole bunch of other negative things. But it was, I'm just be real with y'all, it was a good show. I know a lot of people have seen this show, whatever. It was a really good show. I really did like it. I'm from New Jersey. I'm from the hood, so I'm not saying that I'm a hood person because I'm not, but the things that I grew up and things that I've seen, so I could relate to a lot of stuff from the things that I've seen in my life, and just, you know, seeing the interaction. It's like a good show to me. I'm not glorifying negative things or anything, but you know, it was just a good show because that's the kind of stuff that I was used to watching growing up, but I had to decide to cut it off. And number 3, oh my god, is to wear granny panties. Now, this may sound funny, but I believe this will help. And I do this mainly all the time nowadays because I feel like if you have underwear that you feel are like very sexy or whatever, it makes you feel more sensual, and that opens you up for, you know, just feeling yourself, and it just opens you up. And then when you feeling that way about yourself, it's good to feel good about yourself and to know that you're beautiful. But when you feel so much like that, I feel like you could just end up slipping up. So with the granny panties, you just feel regular, normal. You don't feel too sexy, and also you'll double think about letting somebody else see them panties. So that's a good one. Number 4 is to stop listening to provocative music, anything that brings sex to mind. If you feel too sensual or thoughts of being anything like a video girl, stripper, you know, you think like that sometimes. When you listen a song or you're watching a music video, you feel like you're in it, yeah, then you might want to cut it off. I definitely don't say anything R. Kelly because he's the king of that, king of sexual songs. He was just super provocative. I never really been a big fan of R. Kelly because his music was always too provocative. And anybody else that you could think of that just talk about who bunch of sex and just make you feel very sensual, you might want to cut off because that will bring you back into that. Number 5 is to think about your vow to God. If you made the vow to God to be celibate, if you ever had the feeling like you're second guessing the decision that you made, you're like, okay, maybe I should do this with that person, or it won't hurt to just do it this one time, or I just, you know, want to try this out. You want to think about your decision that you made to God. And this tips are good for not just people that are celibate, even people that are virgins. And you might, I'm going to do another video about that too, about virgins. That's another story, I'll get to that. But yeah, think about your vow that you made to God, that you decided to save yourself until you're married, or save yourself to a later time. You just want to always think about that vow. Like, I wrote down a personal vow for the first time I did it, and it really hurt me that I messed up. But yeah, this hasn't been like super easy for me. You know, things happen or whatever. Things can happen. If I feel like I'm ever contemplating myself, I always think about my vow that I made to God. Like, okay, God, I want to honor you. I want to do right. I'm tired of going through the same things. And that will bring me back to reality and say, it's not worth it. And you can even like put a vow, part of your vows on your phone. Like anything that you're going to be looking at constantly, like your phone, your laptop, your computer, your wall. You know, just to remind yourself, so if you ever get caught up, you're reminded about what you decided to make to God, and you don't want to break a promise to God. Yeah, think about your vow to God. The next tip is to think about your future spouse. Same thing, you made a vow to wait for you to save yourself for your future spouse. So you want to think about you know, how you're just saving yourself and just getting ready for your future spouse. And if you just slip up, and I'm not saying if you mess up just feel like you're the worst person ever, but if you're trying to do this and you haven't messed up and you're trying to not mess up and whatever, you just want to stay into this game. It's not a game, but you want to stay in or wherever. Think about your future spouse. Think about how you're waiting for him or her, and how special it is when you guys are going to get married and you get to share that wait that you guys did and be able to bring into intimacy in that kind of way together for the first time. You know, and yeah, if you haven't dated your spouse yet, that you decided to keep yourself there. You weren't out there sleeping with everybody. You had your future spouse on your mind, even though you haven't met him or her. You just had them on your mind to just do the right thing, and you wanted to honor them as well. It's a whole bunch that could go into this with your future spouse, but think about your future spouse. Think about how you want to make them happy and, you know, proud of you too. Hopefully you're hoping that your future spouse is doing the same thing, that they're keeping themselves and they're not going out there being with everybody and just doing whatever they want. You want them to have self-control. I would hope. I pray for my spouse to have I'm not married or anything yet, but I pray for my future spouse to have self-control. So I have been working on self-control myself, because that's what I really want my husband to have, and I also want to have self-control for if we're married together, when we're married together, that if anything's ever presented to him, that he will be able to reject it in the name of Jesus. And I will also be able to do that as well. And when we're together, we have self-control to not just fall into anything with ourselves or outside of our relationship. And the next tip is to get around like-minded people. So yeah, you want to get around people that are thinking similar to you, people that want to do something positive and like want to have good morals in this case, and maybe other people that are being celibate, that are waiting. I don't have many people right now in my life that are doing this, but so I just constantly talk to God. I constantly remind myself of the things that I'm trying to do, you know, my past mistakes that I made and things that I might have done that could have put me in a bad situation. I thank God that I didn't go any further, you know, because I'm not perfect. But I just remind myself, and YouTube is a great place to find like-minded people. So I don't have any friends at all, to be honest with you, and I don't have many people that are trying to do this. I have a few people that think that it's good, like are supportive, like they're not bashing me for doing this. But for people that are actually doing it, I don't have anybody in my physical life right now. So YouTube, I see other people that have done it and that are doing it, and I can relate to them, so I watch their videos. They help me. It's lots of people. I'll probably leave them in the info bar or across this video, some of the people, but yeah, they help me to get through my journey. So yeah, if you don't have people around you in your neighborhood, you don't have any friends that's like-minded, and you feel like you can't really find anybody, there's people on platforms like YouTube, even Instagram. You have to test the spirit, of course, because some people aren't who they say they are. You know, you have to have discernment. So always pray for discernment so you can know if somebody is right or whatever. So yeah, you can always find people online if you and just be led by God by that. If you don't have anybody in person or in your area that you can look up to. The next one is to find a mentor or accountability partner. So I don't really have an accountability partner, to be honest with you, but I do have one person, or like a real mentor, but I do have somebody like a woman that's at my home church in New Jersey. I'm in Ohio, but my home church is in New Jersey, and she is an elder there. And I also have my pastor too, if I ever want to talk to her. She gives good advice when it comes to relationships as well. But the elder, she checks on me periodically to see how I'm doing, and I know I could confide in her if I want to about, you know, certain things, you know, just to use discernment. So I do have that in a way. I don't have an actual mentor that I see like weekly or, you know, whenever I can, but she does. My elder, she does check on me, and my pastor, she always prays for her congregation, and I know I could always call her up and talk to her. Try to find some type of mentor that is experienced in this area that can help you and keep you accountable. They'll check on you to see how you're doing, make sure you're not doing these things. Maybe they could even be there with you if you're going on a date, or if you go on a date, they could call you at a certain time to make sure you're not at a certain place and that you're not doing anything. So find somebody that you feel will be a good accountability partner that just won't let you slack, like they will be tough on you, not somebody that's just going to let you get your way. Next tip is to pray, fast on occasion, and read your Bible. So I do that Last time I've been on the fast was in January, so it was from January 1st all the way to the end of January. My church be going to on a fast the beginning of the year. You should fast more than just once a year, but that was the last time I fasted, was the beginning of 2018. And I completed my fast. And fasting helps to build your strength, and it helps you to be disciplined. I noticed that when I was fasting, I became even more disciplined when it came to certain things. Like during the fast, I decided to not only to not eat at a certain time, but to also abstain from pork. And I'm not vegan. I still eat all types of meat, so I decided during that time to not eat pork and to not even have any kind of snack, like not even a healthy snack. So I wasn't snacking, eating any kind of junk food or any kind of snack, and I wasn't eating any pork at all during that whole time. So yeah, that helped me to be disciplined. I wasn't going to touch any pork. Now I was tempted because some people did make pork around me, or did have something that had pork, and it's not like I love pork so much. I love bacon. That's my favorite pork item. But it's not like I just live for pork or anything. But I do like pork, to be honest with you. So it was kind of hard seeing some pork items that I did like around me, and I rejected it. And even snacks, like it was so many snacks around me and I couldn't indulge in them or eat them. I'm a really snack person, so I took away things that I really liked, so I could yeah, I just did indulge in the snacks, and I really love to snack. So that was real discipline for me. So during the fast, I would suggest that you take something that you really like. So if you're not that big of a foodie person, if social media is your big thing, take away social media. Don't get on Instagram every day. Just post if you have like if you're doing like some type of business thing, and you have to, and you have to post to get your clients and customers, then just post once a week, or just go up there when you have to post, and don't scroll down social media. So take away something that you feel that you really like, and that's the beginning to helping you to be disciplined. It really helped me with being disciplined. Right now, even though I'm off my fast, I haven't been eating a lot of pork, I never really eat pork every day, but as much pork as I have, I did eat some, but I didn't eat like a lot. Like, oh, I'm gonna eat this now that I'm off my fast, I can indulge in all this stuff. I haven't been indulging. I learned to still be disciplined. So I have my snacks and stuff, but I do it moderately. I don't just indulge, like just go crazy or anything. So even after you do a fast, you want to still show some discipline. You don't want to go back to the same ways, like, okay, I'm just doing this for the fast and now I'm going to go back to my old ways. Be a renewed person, and be steadfast, and pray for God to give you strength, to give you strength, discipline, and all the things that you need to talk to him about. Like, pray for your future husband, pray for yourself in different areas that you need to break on. For sexual thoughts not to pop into your mind as often. I'm still dealing with certain things, but I pray to God that he just works on me, and I try to put things in action. So when you pray, you also want to put things in action as well. You can't just rely. You don't want to just say, oh, God's just going to do it. Faith without works is dead. So you want to put into action too. And to read your Bible, read your Bible. During this time, you want to learn more about the things of God, the things that's in the Word. So read your Bible. You can even read about people that done different things concerning this, or people who may have not succeeded in this. It's just so much you could read. So I suggest that you read your Bible. I need to read my Bible today because I haven't read it. I haven't read my Bible in like a week, to be honest, but I was reading my Bible every day during that time and after that time, but I have to get back up there and read my Bible. And the last tip I have for you guys is to know your limits when dating, your hot spots. So I'm not dating anybody right now. I don't have a boyfriend, and I'm not even going on dates with anybody. I decided to not do that. I had to cut some people off, to be honest with you. Not because they were just, well, one person, he was kind of rude about something, but Another guy that I dated, he was actually a nice guy, but I knew after a while that, you know, it wasn't from God. Like, God already showed me certain things about certain things I can't talk about right now. And plus I learned some things about him. I knew that, you know, it just wasn't right. It wasn't from God. He was just like a good person to talk to. So I had to even, you know, and my friend, not my, yeah, basically in my friendship with him. Like, if I would see him, I would of course say hi. But to not have a relationship where I speak to him on a regular basis, texting or calling, and not to even in that, you know, just a simple relationship, because I knew that he liked me, even though he said we could just be friends, but I knew that he liked me more than just a friend, and he was an attractive person as well. So I knew I couldn't keep that. So yeah, I had to, so basically, sorry that I'm rambling, I'm not dating in any kind of way. Not even texting anybody of the opposite sex or anything like that. So you want to know your limits. So if you decide that you are dating, like you're talking to someone or you have a significant other, you want to know what causes you to feel some kind of ways, to make you feel like you want to go back to those ways, or that you could engage in sex, any kind of sex. So if you know that sitting super close to the person is going to make you feel like that, then you want to let the person know. And you want to also do this, not sit as close to the person. If you know that tongue kissing make you feel that way, don't tongue kiss. If you know that kisses make you feel like that, don't kiss. Some people can handle kissing, so I know a lot of people are not kissing, but if you can handle it and you don't feel like God is telling you to not kiss, then you could be able to kiss. It's good if you don't, but that has to be your own conviction. It's not everybody's conviction. Some people can handle certain things that others can't. If you knew holding hands, you know, does that for you, then don't hold hands. So know your convictions, know your limits, and don't go past your limits. Yeah, don't, yeah, just don't do it. So I hope these tips were good for you, that and encourage you. You may have known some of these tips, but hopefully you learned a few new ones, and I just pray that you take heed to these tips and apply them to your life. You may not have to, some tips may be optional for you, you know, but most of them I feel is for everybody. Some are optional, and just be led by God when it comes to these tips. I'm using these tips, so every single thing on my page that I share when it comes to advice, I take it in myself, and I have to, if I'm going through something, I have to constantly remind myself, okay, Davina, your tip is to do this or whatever, and keep that. So I might have, like in my advice video, I didn't get much feedback or any views on it hardly, but I had talked about not compare yourself to others. I have to remind myself of that when I'm looking at certain things. Davina, don't compare yourself to that person. I have to, that every time I'm about to compare myself, that thought comes into my head. So I always take my own advice, and the things that I give advice about is things that I have experienced already and that I'm experiencing right now. So I always give advice about the things that I have gone through that has helped. So yeah, the advice that I give is what it comes from the heart. It's not just me just finding things good to say or to get me views. It's really coming from me, whatever. Of course, I am trying to build my channel up. I feel like my channel hasn't been doing as good as I thought it would do, but I'm just still sticking in there, hanging in there. Like, sometimes I want to give up on this channel because I don't really get that much feedback. Even when I first started, I was getting more feedback than I am right now. I invested in a few equipment pieces. Like, I still don't have everything that I want, but I invest into that, and I've been getting less feedback, so that kind of hurts in a way, you know, when you feel like you're not being supported that much. And then recently, like, it doesn't bother me super bad that this happened, but recently I noticed that I got dislikes on my last 4 videos. I feel like in my heart that it's the same person that did that. They disliked all 4 of those videos at the same time. That's what I think, because when I noticed it, it was at the same time. So I really feel in my heart that it was one person that did that. I'm like, who would take out the time just to do that? You see that I don't even hardly have any views. Like, I'm working on, you know, doing my videos better. I know some things I could work on in my videos. Like, it's not perfect. Like, I got the top videos, like people who got 100,000 subscribers, but I feel like I have been doing better in certain areas. For that person to just take that out, which is crazy to me. I know that sometimes I'm going to get dislike, and that's not a problem, but I just feel like it was one person that took their time out just to do that. So yeah, I didn't like that. But I felt like that was crazy, but I'm still going. I'm just pushing myself every day. I don't make videos every single day, but pushing myself every day to stick with it. Don't give up. Don't delete your page. Even your videos that you feel may have not been the best, keep them up there, and to just keep on going, keep on working on the things that you love to talk about. And I also have other videos I'm gonna be putting up here, you guys, so if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I have many different topics I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to continue to do advice, and once I go spring shopping, I'll do another haul. Hopefully I'll get more feedback on that about how you like it or whatever. I plan on doing more things when it comes to dressing, like fashion, and also want to do some challenges on this channel, like little challenges that are cool popping up on YouTube. Me and my sister, my youngest sister, she's going to be up here sometime doing challenges. Hopefully I could get some of my other family members to join me in some of my challenges. But I know my sister Kiana, she wants to do challenges with me. We want to do the spicy noodle challenge and some other challenges that I want to do. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll do that soon. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.